Franz Kafka's The Trial was published posthumously in 1925. It is a haunting novel about the absurdity of bureaucracy, the mystery of guilt, and the individual's helplessness before an incomprehensible legal system. The story follows Joseph K., a successful chief clerk at a bank whose life is suddenly disrupted on the morning of his 30th birthday when two officials arrive at his boarding house and inform him that he is under arrest. Strangely, they neither imprison him nor explain the nature of the charge. Instead, Joseph is allowed to continue his normal life while awaiting trial, leaving him confused and increasingly anxious. Determined to defend himself, Joseph attends his first court hearing in a shabby tenement building. Rather than pleading his innocence, he criticizes the court's corruption and irrational procedures. His defiance only worsens his situation, as the judge warns that his behavior will cost him any advantages the court might have offered. When Joseph later returns to the courthouse, he finds it nearly deserted and becomes aware of the oppressive atmosphere surrounding the judicial offices. The court appears mysterious, inaccessible, and omnipresent, extending its influence into every aspect of society. As the trial progresses, Joseph becomes increasingly obsessed with understanding the legal system. He seeks help from several people, including his uncle's lawyer, Herhuld, the court painter, Titorelli, and the merchant Block, another defendant whose case was dragged on for years. Each offers a different perspective on the legal process, but none provides genuine hope. Titorelli explains that true acquittal is virtually impossible. Defendants may receive only temporary or apparent acquittals while remaining permanently trapped within the judicial system. Block's humiliating dependence on his lawyer demonstrates how the court strips individuals of their dignity. Joseph's trial begins to consume his personal and professional life. His concentration at work deteriorates, his relationships suffer, and he becomes isolated. Eventually, he dismisses Herhuld, believing he can manage his defense alone. But this decision brings no improvement. Near the end of the novel, Joseph meets a prison chaplain in a cathedral. The chaplain tells him the famous parable before the law, illustrating that the law remains forever inaccessible to those who seek justice. The story reinforces Kafka's vision of an unknowable authority that keeps individuals in perpetual uncertainty. On the eve of Joseph's 31st birthday, exactly 1 year after his arrest, two silent officials escort him to a deserted quarry outside the city. Without resistance, Joseph allows them to execute him by plunging a knife into his heart. His final words, like a dog, express his shame, helplessness, and the complete triumph of an incomprehensible system over the individual. The novel ends without revealing Joseph's alleged crime, emphasizing Kafka's central themes of existential anxiety, bureaucratic oppression, alienation, and the impossibility of achieving justice in a world governed by irrational and invisible powers.